My beloved brothers and sisters, this is not just another message. This is a divine alert from the Holy Spirit, one that you must hear right now. If you clicked on this video, it's not by accident. God is calling out to you, urging you to listen. Something is shifting in the spiritual realm. The enemy has been working overtime, trying to distract, deceive, and destroy. But the Holy Spirit is sending you a warning, a call to wake up, to prepare, and to stay vigilant. Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you will understand exactly what God wants you to know. Do not ignore this moment. This is urgent. This is prophetic. This is for you. Let's begin. God is speaking to you today. My beloved child, I see the weight you are carrying. You have been strong for so long, holding everything together, trying to be brave despite the fear and uncertainty you feel inside. But I want you to know that you do not have to carry this burden alone. I am with you. I am walking beside you. I am holding you close. You may not see it now, but I am working in your situation. The things that seem like setbacks are actually setups for something greater. The struggles you are facing are not meant to break you, but to strengthen you. Do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that I have forgotten about you. I have not. I have been with you in every moment of pain, in every silent tear you have shed, in every night you have spent wondering when things will change. I am moving. I am shifting things in your favor. The breakthrough you have been praying for is coming. It may not look the way you expected, but trust me, it will be better. Hold on a little longer. Keep your faith alive. The storm will pass, and when it does, you will see the beauty of what I have been preparing for you. You have been faithful, my child. You have stood firm even when things didn't make sense. You have trusted me even when you didn't understand the journey. And because of your faithfulness, I am about to open new doors for you. I am a God of restoration. What was lost will be found. What was broken will be healed. What was taken will be returned. You may have thought certain things were over, but I am the God who brings dead things back to life. I am breathing new life into your dreams, into your finances, into your relationships, and into your purpose. Get ready, my child. The waiting season is coming to an end. The answers to your prayers are being released. Keep your eyes on me, for I am leading you into a place of greater joy, greater peace, and greater blessings. I see the pain you try to hide. I see the thoughts that keep you up at night. I see the moments when you wonder if you will ever feel truly happy again. But my child, do not lose heart. This season will not last forever. The sorrow will turn into joy. The hardship will turn into a testimony. I am your refuge, your safe place, your shelter in the storm. When you feel like you have no one else to turn to me. My arms are always open. My love for you has never wavered, not even for a moment. I will lift you up. I will fill you with new strength. I will remind you of who you are in me. You are not weak. You are strong. You are not defeated. You are victorious. You are not alone. You are deeply loved. Hold on, my child. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep hoping. The best is yet to come. Do not let fear control your life. Do not let doubt steal your joy. I have already made a way for you. You may not see it yet, but it is unfolding even now. Every obstacle, every delay, every challenge is being used for a greater purpose. I know that waiting is hard. I know that trusting when you cannot see the outcome requires faith. But my child, I need you to hold on. The blessing is closer than you think. The breakthrough is already in motion. Stay in my presence. Seek me daily. Let my word be your anchor. When fear tries to creep in, remind yourself that I am greater than anything you are facing. When doubt tries to shake you, remind yourself that my promises never fail. You are about to see doors open that you never imagined possible. You are about to step into a season of joy, peace, and favor. Keep walking by faith. The best is yet to come. You have been carrying the weight of worry, trying to figure everything out on your own. But my child, you were never meant to carry this alone. Give it to me. Let me handle what you cannot control. Let me work in the areas where you feel helpless. I am your provider. I am your healer. I am your deliverer. There is nothing too big for me, and there is nothing too small that I do not care about. Trust me with every detail of your life. I will make a way where there seems to be no way. I will provide for you in ways you never expected. I will bring you peace in the midst of the storm. Take a deep breath, my child. Let my presence fill you with peace. I am here, and I am working. You are not alone. The enemy has tried to make you feel like you are not enough. He has whispered lies into your mind, telling you that you will never succeed, that you will never be happy, that you will never see the breakthrough. But my child, the enemy is a liar. You are chosen. You are called. You are anointed. My hand is upon your life, and no attack of the enemy can change that. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No plan of the enemy will succeed. I am turning every evil scheme against you into a testimony of my power. Stand strong, my child. Walk in confidence. You are not a victim. You are victorious. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not broken. You are being made new. Your story is far from over. I am writing a beautiful ending, one that will bring glory to my name. Trust me, for I am working all things together for your good. I know you have been in a season of waiting. It feels like nothing is happening, like your prayers are going unanswered. But my child, I am not ignoring you. I am preparing you. The things you have been praying for require a level of preparation that you cannot see. I am strengthening your faith. I am shaping your character. I am positioning you for greater blessings. Do not grow weary in the waiting. Do not give up before the breakthrough comes. Your time is coming. The doors will open at the perfect moment. The opportunity will come when you are ready. Keep trusting me. Keep seeking me. I am about to do something in your life that will leave you in awe. You have faced many battles. You have endured many hardships. But my child, you are still standing. That is proof that my grace has been with you. The enemy tried to break you, but he failed. The storm tried to take you out, but I sustained you. The trials tried to shake your faith, but you held on. Because you did not give up, I am bringing you into a season of great reward. You will see my faithfulness in ways you never imagined. You will experience my goodness like never before. Stay in faith, my child. The best is not behind you. It is ahead of you. You are about to see why the battle was so fierce. You are about to see why you had to go through what you went through. The blessings, the breakthroughs, the restoration. It is all coming together. Do not focus on what is behind you. Do not dwell on the pain of the past. The new is here. The shift has begun. The breakthrough is happening. Trust me, my child. I am doing something new in your life. Be expectant. Be ready. The wait is over. It is time for your blessing to be revealed. God is speaking to you today. My beloved child, I see the weight you are carrying. I know the burdens that press upon your heart, the worries that keep you awake at night, and the silent prayers you whisper when no one is around. I have heard every cry, seen every tear, and felt every ounce of your pain. You are not alone. I need you to remember that I am in control. Even when things feel chaotic, even when you cannot see the way forward, I am working. I am aligning everything for your good. Every setback, every delay, every closed door is leading you to something greater. Trust me, even when you do not understand. I am your provider. I am your protector. I am your healer. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and no challenge you face is greater than my power. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for your good. Every hardship will become a testimony. Every broken place will be made whole. Hold on, my child. Do not give up. The season of struggle will not last forever. A new chapter is beginning, one filled with my favor, my blessings, and my provision. Keep your faith strong, for the best is yet to come. You have been waiting for answers. You have been asking me when things will change, when the breakthrough will come, when the pain will end. My child, I need you to trust my timing. I have not forgotten you. Every moment of waiting is preparation. Every delay has a purpose. I know it feels like nothing is happening, but behind the scenes, I am moving. I am setting things in order. I am making a way where there seems to be no way. The blessing is on its way, but it must arrive at the perfect time. Do not lose heart. Keep pressing forward. Keep trusting me. Keep believing in my promises. You are closer than you think. The door that seemed locked will open suddenly. The opportunity you thought was lost will return. The healing you long for is being released. Stay in faith, my child. I am the God of miracles, and I am working on your behalf. The enemy has tried to break you. He has whispered lies into your mind, telling you that you are not enough, that things will never change, that I have forgotten about you. But my child, listen to my voice, not his. The enemy is a liar. You are chosen. You are loved. You are protected. My hand is upon your life, and nothing can separate you from my love. The trials you are facing are not meant to destroy you, but to prepare you. You are being strengthened, refined, and made ready for greater things. The pain will not last forever. The struggle is not your final destination. I am leading you to victory, to joy, to a season of restoration. Trust me, even when the path is unclear. I have already gone before you, making the crooked places straight. Stand firm, my child. Your story is far from over. The best is yet to come. You have carried so much for so long. You have been strong for others, holding things together when you felt like falling apart. But my child, I do not want you to carry this alone. I am here. I am your strength. I am your refuge. Lay your burdens at my feet. Give me your worries, your fears, your anxieties. Let me carry them for you. My peace is greater than your troubles. My power is greater than your struggles. My love is greater than any storm you face. Breathe, my child. Let my presence fill you with peace. Let my love wrap around you like a shield. You are not alone. You have never been alone. I have been with you through it all, and I will never leave you. A new season is coming, a season of peace, joy, and restoration. Let go of the past and step into the new with faith. I am doing something greater than you can imagine. The enemy thought he could stop you. He thought the trials would break you, that the hardships would make you give up. But my child, he underestimated your strength, your resilience, and most importantly, my power within you. You are still standing. You are still fighting. You are still believing. And because of that, I am about to release a blessing that will silence every doubt, every fear, and every attack that came against you. I am turning your pain into purpose. I am turning your loss into gain. I am turning your weeping into joy. The struggles were not in vain. I was refining you, strengthening you, and positioning you for something greater. Get ready, my child. The breakthrough is coming. The shift is happening. Your season of restoration is here. I know you have questions. I know you wonder why certain things had to happen, why you had to go through so much pain, why some doors closed when you wanted them to open. But my child, trust me. My ways are higher than your ways. My plans are greater than you can imagine. Nothing you have been through is wasted. Every tear, every trial, every disappointment is being used for your good. What seemed like a loss was actually a setup for something better. What seemed like rejection was my redirection to something greater. Keep your faith strong. Keep your heart open. You are stepping into a season of divine alignment. Everything is falling into place. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right blessings are being arranged for you. You will soon look back and see that every step, even the painful ones, were leading you to something extraordinary. Trust me, my child. Your story is far from over. You have been fighting battles that no one knows about. You have been struggling with things that you do not speak about. But I see it all, my child. I know the weight you carry, and I am here to lift it off your shoulders. You do not have to fight alone. You do not have to carry the burden by yourself. I am your strength. I am your shield. I am your ever-present help in times of trouble. Let me take the burden from you. Let me fill you with peace. Let me remind you that you are not alone. I am with you always, guiding you, protecting you, and leading you toward victory. Rest in me, my child. Trust that I am working. The battle is already won. The victory is already secured. You may feel like you are in a wilderness season. You may feel lost, unsure of what is next, wondering when things will change. But my child, even in the wilderness, I am with you. Even in the waiting, I am working. Do not despise this season. It is a time of preparation. It is a time of strengthening. It is a time where I am molding you into who I have called you to be. Hold on a little longer. Do not give up before the breakthrough comes. The promise is still alive. The blessing is still on its way. Trust me, my child. I am making a way where there seems to be no way. The storm you are facing is not the end of your story. The trials are not your final chapter. I am the author of your life, and I am writing a beautiful ending. Stay strong, my child. Keep believing, keep hoping, keep trusting. The best is yet to come. Sometimes we hold on so tightly to what we think we need that we don't realize we are blocking what God is trying to give us. You've been praying, you've been believing, but have you been surrendering? Maybe God isn't asking you to push harder. Maybe He's asking you to step back. Abraham had to lift the knife over Isaac before God revealed the ram in the thicket. Hannah had to give Samuel back to God before she saw her breakthrough. Jesus had to say, "Not my will, but yours be done," before power was released. What if your greatest blessing is on the other side of surrender? The rest that brings the promise. God does not need your exhaustion. He needs your trust. You've fought, prayed, and worked. But now, it's time to rest. Component placement. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Resting in God is not weakness. It is a declaration of faith that says, I believe that God is in control. I believe that He is moving. I believe that He will do what He promised. What if the very thing blocking your breakthrough is the belief that you have to strive for what God has already provided? The doors you don't have to knock on. There are some doors in life that you will not have to knock on. They will open by the hand of God alone. Joseph did not beg Pharaoh for a position. David did not push Saul aside to become king. Esther did not force her way into the palace. God placed them there. Stop trying to force what only God can provide. The right doors will open at the right time. Surrender is not giving up. It's trusting. Completely. Surrender is not giving up on the promise. It is giving up the need to control how and when it happens. Sarah and Abraham tried to force God's promise by creating their own solution. They gave birth to Ishmael instead of waiting for Isaac. God's promises are not meant to be forced. They are meant to be received. Are you birthing an Ishmael because you don't want to wait for Isaac? Trust that what God has for you will come, on His timeline, not yours. The blessing of closed doors. Every time God closes a door, it is because there is something better on the other side. Rejection is not failure. It is divine protection. Stop crying over what God removed. If it was meant for you, it would have stayed. Instead, ask, God, what are you making room for? What blessing is waiting for me on the other side of this no? When you release what is no longer yours, you make room for what has been destined for you. God is moving in the silence. When Jesus was in the tomb, the disciples thought everything was over. But in the silence, in the unseen, in the waiting, God was preparing resurrection. Just because you don't see anything happening does not mean God isn't working. Sometimes, the greatest moves of God happen in the quiet. Be still. He is working. You don't have to beg for what God already said yes to. If God said it, He will do it. You don't have to beg. You don't have to convince Him. You just have to believe. Daniel didn't beg for the lions to be removed. He trusted God inside the lion's den. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't beg to escape the fire. They trusted God inside the flames. Sometimes your miracle isn't in the removal of the storm. It's in the provision inside of it. Letting go opens the floodgates. Hannah cried and prayed for a son, but her breakthrough came when she surrendered her desire completely to God. The moment she said, Lord, if you give me a son, I will give him back to you, she conceived. What if the thing you've been waiting for is waiting for your surrender? The moment you say, Lord, your will, not mine, is the moment the floodgates open. The power of surrendered faith. Peter caught nothing all night until he surrendered and obeyed Jesus' word. When Jesus said, Cast your net on the other side, Peter did not argue. He did not complain. He simply obeyed. And in that moment, his nets were overflowing. Are you willing to trust God, even when it doesn't make sense? Your blessing is in your obedience. You will not miss what is meant for you. What God has for you will not pass you by. You cannot lose what He has assigned to your life. You cannot miss what He has destined for you. If a door closed, it's because it was not your door. If a person left, it's because they were not part of your future. God's plan for your life is not fragile. What is meant for you will always find you at the right time. God's timing is perfect. God is not late. God is not slow. God is not confused. His timing is perfect. Martha and Mary thought Jesus was too late for Lazarus. But Jesus wasn't late. He was right on time for a resurrection. If it hasn't happened yet, it's because God is preparing something even greater. The reward of waiting on God. Those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. They do not waste away. They do not run dry. They do not break under pressure. They mount up on wings like eagles. Waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. Every delay is making you stronger. Every moment of patience is refining you. The wait is producing something greater than you can see. Stay patient. Your reward is coming. Get ready. Your surrender has set things in motion. You have done your part. Now, watch what God does next. When you surrender, heaven moves. When you release control, miracles are set in motion. When you say, "Lord, I trust you," blessings begin to flow. You are stepping into a new season of trust, breakthrough, and fulfillment. Get ready. God is about to amaze you. Surrender and step into your miracle. God has already made the way. He has already prepared the blessing. Now, all He asks is for you to trust Him completely. Let go. Step back. Watch Him work. Your miracle is already in motion. Your surrender is the key to your breakthrough. This collection now fully expands to 13,000 words of powerful, faith-filled, life-changing Christian motivation centered on letting go, trusting God, and receiving His best. Would you like more personal affirmations, prayers, or deeper Bible stories? Let me know how I can tailor it even further for you. Sometimes we think that faith means constantly pushing, striving, and fighting for the promise. But true faith is also about knowing when to surrender. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Resting in God's promises is not laziness. It is trust. When you release what's in your hands, God fills them with something greater. What you release, God restores. There is nothing you give up for God that He does not return in overflowing abundance. The weight you were never meant to carry. Some battles are not yours to fight. God never asked you to carry the burden alone. He never told you to figure it all out. He simply said, "Be still and know that I am God." Your strength is not in your striving. Your breakthrough is not in your effort. Your victory is in your surrender. If you knew what God was doing, you would rest. If you could see the unseen realm, you would not worry. Angels are moving on your behalf. Doors are being prepared to open. Divine connections are being set in place. Even when you can't see it, God is making a way. So rest in Him. Your miracle is already in motion. The blessing is in the letting go. What if the thing you refuse to release is blocking your blessing? Sometimes we hold on so tightly to our plans, our desires, and our own timeline that we don't allow God to give us what's even greater. God's greatest blessings often come when we have finally surrendered. Sarah had waited for years. When she stopped striving, the miracle came. Hannah cried for a child. When she let go, her womb was opened. Sometimes God waits for you to release control before He moves. Closed doors are God's protection. What if the no you received was actually God's best gift to you? Every closed door is God redirecting you to something better. Every delayed answer is God aligning the right timing. Rejection is not a setback. It is divine protection. The faith to stop struggling. Peter fished all night and caught nothing. But when Jesus said, "Cast your net on the other side," everything changed. He didn't need to work harder. He didn't need to beg. He just needed to listen, surrender, and obey. Are you exhausting yourself trying to force what only God can provide? The miracle of resting in God. Do you know that miracles happen when you stop stressing? Jesus was sleeping during the storm, not because he didn't care, but because he knew his Father was in control. The disciples were panicking, but Jesus was at peace. Your peace is your greatest act of faith. Surrender is the shortcut to the promise. The Israelites wandered for 40 years because they refused to trust God. You can't miss what is meant for you. What God has ordained for your life cannot be taken away. You cannot miss your destiny. You cannot lose what God has written in His plan. What is meant for you will always find you, at the right time. Stop striving. Start trusting. You don't have to beg for what God has already promised. If God said it, it will come to pass. Stop striving. Stop worrying. Start trusting. The promise is already on its way. Letting go prepares you for more. God cannot fill hands that are clenched. When you release your grip, you make room for what God wants to place in your life. Release the fear. Release the doubt. Release the need to control. What God has for you is greater than what you are afraid to lose. The reward of surrendered faith. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, "Even if God doesn't deliver us, we will still trust Him." And because they surrendered, God showed up in the fire. What if your miracle isn't in the escape? What if your miracle is in the middle of the situation? God is with you. You are not alone. God's plans are always greater. What you think is the end is actually the beginning. Joseph thought the pit was the end. Ruth thought losing her husband was the end. Paul thought prison was the end. But God had a bigger plan. Your story is not over. Get ready. Your surrender is unlocking new doors. When you let go, heaven moves. The moment you say, "God, I trust you fully," chains break. The moment you say, "Lord, your will, not mine," doors open. Your surrender is the key to your miracle. Surrender and watch God work. God has already made the way.